People always ask me when I sleep. I laugh because honestly, I wasn't sure if I knew the answer. In the last video, I showed you what I built. 6 departments, 1,000 people hired, system that ran without me. But I did not tell you what it cost. Today, I am. Welcome back. I am Anastassia Johnson, founder and CEO of Align Global Limited. If you are just finding this channel, I want you to go back and watch videos 1 to 3 first, because what I'm about to share will hit differently when you understand what I was building at the same time. But if you are here, if you have been following the story, then you already know that between 2020 and 2025, I helped scale a global healthcare company from 20 employees and contractors to over 1,000. I built and transformed 6 departments from scratch. I was chief EA and senior manager simultaneously. And today, I want to tell you what none of that looks like on a resume. Let me tell you what my life actually looked like during those years. I was working full time at a company scaling faster than most companies ever do. Not a comfortable 9 to 5, a role that required my full presence every day, every time zone, every problem. At the same time, I was completing my bachelor degree in information and communication technology on the side while working, while building departments, while showing up for a company that never stopped growing. And I was maintaining multiple income streams because that mindset has always been a part of who I am. You do not put everything in one basket. Then I got pregnant. I want you to sit with that for a moment because I was already carrying everything I just described. And then I added a growing human being to the equation. I became a mom during COVID, just me and my husband, because there were no family nearby to help us, no village that was in close proximity. And I took 4 weeks of maternity leave. Not because I had to go back and not because anyone forced me, but because I had built systems so strong that they could run without me. And if I'm being completely honest, I could not stay away. This work was not just what I did, it was who I am. I remember when my CEO hired me, he told me something that set the tone for everything that followed. I asked him, "Do you want me to work at a specific time or a specific hour? 9 to 5, 8 to 4? You know, the standard, the regular working hours." And he said, "No, I just want you to be available." And I can tell you that I was available. 14 countries spanning multiple continents and every major time zones. No matter what time zone, no matter what time of the day or of the night, if someone reached out to me, I was there. People used to ask me, "When do you sleep? You are always online. You're always responding to our messages. You're always responding to my email. No matter what hours of the night it is, I can always reach out to you." And I would get a response. They would see me online all types of hours. And, they would reach out to me and I would respond almost always, almost immediately. I am still in awe of that season. I genuinely do not know how I did it. What I do know is that availability builds trust, and trust builds the kind of working relationship where a CEO calls you the glue that keeps the company together. There is one more thing I need to share, and this one is the hardest to talk about. During one of the most difficult seasons of my personal life, I lost one of my closest family members, and I still showed up. I was in meetings up to 12 a.m. Jamaican time sometimes. And it's not because I had to, it's not because anyone was watching, but it was because I had built something that meant something to me. And I was not going to let that fall. Grief is not something you schedule around. It does not wait for a convenient time. It does not care about your calendar or your deadline or the company that needs you. But showing up, even through grief, it taught me something about myself. That what I was building was not just a job to me, it was a calling. Here's the thing that I want you to understand. I never thought I was doing anything extraordinary. I thought that, I was just doing my job like anyone else would. It was only later when I look back that, I realized what I had actually been carrying. The full-time scaling role, the degree, the pregnancy, the newborn during a global pandemic, multiple income streams, the time zones, the bereavement, and 4 weeks of maternity leave. Just 4 weeks, all at the same time. And I still thought I was just doing my job. Looking back now, I understand that humility was actually protecting me, because if I had stopped to fully comprehend what I was carrying, I might have put it down. And I'm just being honest. So I just kept moving, one day at a time, one problem at a time, one department at a time. And that is the only honest advice I can give you. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the next step. I'm sharing all of this because I want you to know something. The systems I built did not come from a textbook. They came from a woman who was doing all of this at the same time and refused to let any of it fall. That is what operational excellence actually looks like from the inside. It is not glamorous, it is not always recognized, and it costs more than most people will ever know. But here is what I also want you to know: it was worth it. It was worth it. So, after everything I just told you, and after everything I carried, after everything I built, and after everything I gave, what did the company actually do to recognize it publicly? Because what happened next, I did not expect it, and I almost did not share it. But next video, subscribe so you don't miss it, and leave a comment below and tell me, have you ever kept going when everything in you wanted to stop? I want to hear your story, and I read every single comment. See you in the next one.